Hi folks, I'm here to tell you 4 Mortal Kombat tips. I made a few other tips and tricks videos. If you're interested, link is in the description below. Now here we're going to start talking about some elementary stuff. Eye control, where to look on the screen. I know this sounds a little bit dumb, but I remember when I first started playing this game, my eyes were not looking at the right places. What does this mean? This means that when you're playing an opponent, your eyes are always, let's say you're playing Nightwolf, are always on Noob Saibot when you're in the neutral and stuff, if you want to react. Don't look at yourself. I used to look at my skin like, wow, damn, I look so good while fighting. That doesn't work at all. Also, you have to pay attention to the bars. But obviously, if you stop looking at Noob Saibot, something might happen. So know when to look at the health, at the bars, to track where you're at. What I do is, let's say I'm getting comboed. Let's say I'm Noob Saibot. I'm getting launched or whatever, something's happening. By that time I know, I'm like, alright, I can't do anything anyway, so now I take time to look at the bars. When I'm getting grabbed or I grab someone, that gives you enough time to look at the bars. So that's where your eyes are gonna have to be. When you combo someone, I prefer to look at my own character, especially when the combos are tight. Like that one. I have to look at my character to see where I'm at. It depends on the combo too, though. Sometimes you're gonna have to look at your opponent to see where your opponent falls. But with super tight combos, for example, Shao Kahn in the corner, you absolutely have to look at your character, especially to see when he recovers from his previous hit. For example, alright, Noob Saibot has transformed into Shao Kahn. Let's say I am Shao Kahn and I'm doing a hard combo. I want to get the optimal. I'll tell you where my eyes are. Okay, now my eyes are on the wolf because I want to see where he is at in the sky. But after that, all my eyes are on myself, so I look at where he is. Okay, now I'm gonna just remove the quick option because I need to see my feet especially. Alright, so I'm looking at the wolf where he's in the air. Right, now I'm looking at myself. See, I fucked it up. You have to look at your own feet sometimes. You have to look at your own character to see when he's recovered from hit. So the whole time my eyes, after he's been launched, my eyes were on Shao Kahn because I need to see when he's done striking. Because if I mash, I'm gonna fuck it up, so I have to see. Now, anyways, it was too low, but the point is, control where your eyes look, use it strategically. I know it sounds dumb, but it's actually pretty significant. Alright, so I'm gonna tell you something else here. Okay, let's say I'm playing as Nightwolf. This advice here is to take back your turn with mids on poke happy opponents. In the past I've said to always take back your turn with mids just to ensure that you don't get poked. But let's say you're playing someone who is not insane and doesn't wake up down one. You can probably start doing something else. So for example, let's say he falls on wake up, whoops, like that. I know that I can meaty with highs because he's not nuts. He's respected my mids. Let's say that in the past I've done mids or whatever. I've meatied with mids or lows, so he knows to block. He's not nuts, okay? Then with Nightwolf, you want to meaty with 111 because 111 is an auto shimmy and it's a 3-hit string, meaning that sometimes they'll let go of block and you can full combo them. They let go of block because they think that you're grabbing, because this here looks kind of similar to this when you're under stress. So I want to go for this, but I'm playing a maniac. My opponent is a goddamn maniac who every time he gets dropped, he wakes up and pokes or something, or down 2 that's the worst. People with down 2 on wake up and you're getting smashed by a noob. So what you want to do here is every time someone does this, keep it safe, go for the meaty with a mid or with a low. It's that simple. So now I know that I can't do what I want. I'm gonna have to meaty with mids. I can meaty with that. I can meaty with that. I can even meaty with that, the overhead. But I cannot meaty with that because he's going to uppercut me as soon as he wakes up. So take back your turn with mids on poke happy opponents. That's my advice. My third advice is don't chase people constantly. Don't always dash forward and try to get to them when someone keeps backing up like this or they just move around, because that's what they want you to do. If you are, say I'm Shao Kahn, I back up. Shao Kahn doesn't play like this, but say I back up because I want you to move forward so I can whiff punish you, so I can get you. Or I can do this, I back up and then I get you like this when you're running after me because you have less range. Stop chasing after people, especially people who back up. Just stop doing it. Here's what you can do. You take a step back too, right? And they'll be like, what? He doesn't chase me anymore? And it'll force them to come to you. and then give them a taste of their own medicine. Or if they just back up and they're neutral and they're arrogant, you know what? Throw a projectile at them. You control the neutral with your projectiles. So do that. My last advice is counter zoning intelligently. Zoning, unfortunately, it's very matchup specific. If Cetrion V2 decides, Spring Cleaning, decides to zone, gives me full screen, and I play like, I don't know, Jackie V1, it's going to be almost impossible to get out of there. Almost impossible is the keyword. When you play a zoner, pick someone who's an anti-zoner, like Raiden V1. Here you go, the distance has been closed in 11 frames. Wow. So that's the first thing you want to do. There are many anti-zoners. Raiden, Devora V2, Cetrion Spring Cleaning is a counter to a Cetrion Spring Cleaning who is zoning because she has a teleport and the geyser. So there are a lot of anti-zoners out there, so get good with an anti-zoner. But let's say you're stuck with someone who's not good with a zoner. You're stuck full screen against Cetrion V2. That's where you don't want to be. And let's say I'm going to play as Raijin. Raijin does not have a teleport. He has a projectile, a fast projectile. Against a zoner, depending on which zoner it is, if you play Robocop, you don't want to trade projectiles. Sometimes you might want to trade projectiles against Cetrion because she has a slow boulder, but you want to be first because if Cetrion throws a boulder at you, she's going to be like plus 20. Like, let's say I switch. Boulder is what? Boulder is 48 on startup. However, it's 25 frames. So this is not a frame trap here. But what is a frame trap is this. This is a frame trap. You're frame trapping people from full screen. Come on, bitch. I don't do that often, so. This is a frame trap. I'm going to prove it to you. Alright, let's say I block this. I try to move forward. Look at what happened. Okay, I'm going to try to jump. Still gets me. What can I do? I try to... Okay, can I jump forward? No, I can't even do shit. Dash forward, can't do shit. I'm fucking stuck. So let's say you're playing a... So you're playing a Spring Cleaning that's zoning you. This is what she's going to do. She's going to throw boulders at you. Throw boulders until you want to move. And then when you want to move, she's going to geyser you. That's what she's going to do. Sometimes if you jump, right, she's going to throw the up boulder and you're going to get crushing load. What can you do in this situation? Especially since it has a lot of fucking pushback. Look at this pushback. It's so ridiculous that they have this much pushback on a zoner. What you can do is be patient and wait until she throws the geyser. You just block, 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 block. You know the geyser is coming. Why? Because the geyser, come on bitch, the geyser on block is minus 20. Now is your time to move. So let's say I go to Raiden. Alright, she does this. I know geyser is coming. Geyser came. That's when you throw the dashes out there. You do it when it's not a frame trap. You don't do it after the boulder. You do it after the geyser. Same thing with Cetrion V1, and we'll switch and I'll show you. We go to Force of Nature. The way you get in on Force of Nature is after they hit the ground, then you come in because of the frames. So to counter zoning, the point I'm trying to make is understand the frames. What frame traps, when to move and when not to move. That's how you counter zoning. Ideally, you have a character that can... I don't know, I guess you could do this here, but against Cetrion, and you're gonna get bouldered in the face. Against like a Robocop, you could just fly over. It depends. You can teleport, you can do all sorts of things, but you have to find what the frames are that are minus, or are minus enough for you to move forward. And with Cetrion, Cetrion is the most annoying zoner in the game. Yeah, she has Shattering Boulder here. The problem with this Shattering Boulder is that the pushback. Look at this pushback screen. Alright, so it's +2. It's not bad. +2, 0, -15. So you're playing Force of Nature. She's doing this. She's like, alright, move, move, you idiot. I want you to move. And then she does this. And that's when it gets you, right? So let's see if it frame traps. So it does this, and I'm like, alright, move forward. Yeah, it kind of prevents you from moving forward. Not as much as the geyser, though, but let's say do it faster. Move forward. It kind of gels you. Not really, because you can jump over it. What happened? What is it? Okay. Okay. Yeah, so this one you can jump over, but essentially after she does the low is when you want to dash forward. Why? Because you know that it's minus on block compared to all the other attacks. Okay, so let's say she does that. You're just waiting for the earthquake. Alright, thank you. It's minus on block. And then you close the distance. So know what is minus on block when you're playing zoners is the point I'm trying to make. Oh, and by the way, the earthquake, I don't know if you knew that, but let me show you a cool tech. You can jump it. You don't have to respect the second hit. Jump. There we go, you're already here. So technically in V1, if she does this, yeah, you already covered the distance. Alright guys, those are my tips. Stop it, Cetrion. If you like this video, please consider subscribing, like, comment, go to my links. I'm on Twitch, streaming currently on YouTube. Gonna move on Twitch as soon as I get you guys there. Check me out on Twitter and on TikTok. Link in the description below. I have more guides like this, general techniques, character guides and techniques on how to get better at MK11 with any characters. Description in the box. Okay guys, peace and stay non-spready.